I'm Hannah Rose, and I live in this school bus named Clementine. It's a 2008 Chevy Express. Of course, whenever I'm working, she wants to be all up in my business, and when I'm inviting her to come sit in my lap, she's way too good for that. Come here. Oh my goodness. And this is Cassie. She is a 12-year-old calico, and I've had her since I was 11, so we've pretty much grown up together. Okay, bye. Me and Cassie live in this bus together, and in this video I'm going to show everything that I have in here to take care of her, to make sure she's comfortable on the road, and also if anybody has any advice on how to care for a cat, anything extra I could include in here to make her more comfortable, I would love to hear it. I love the idea of getting a cat stroller, but most of the time if I'm camping, it's going to be too much of a rocky road to have that. I love the idea of the expanding backpacks. I just need to do some more research on what size would be good or which ones are most durable. Things like hiking bags, harnesses. I've tried putting a harness on her before. It did not go well. So anything like that, I would always love to improve her experience in the bus. But for now, I'm just going to show how I take care of her currently. Obviously, when I first got Cassie, I did not know that I would end up living in a bus, but when I got to the idea and I decided that this is going to be the path I wanted to take, I just could not think of leaving her behind. I thought I would have to when I was originally going to get a van just because I thought it wouldn't be big enough, and then when I ended up getting a bus instead, I thought, okay, well now I definitely have room to bring my cat, let me figure out how to do this. So I started doing research, videos, YouTube, TikTok, looking up every single person I could on the internet who had and traveled with a cat. And it's hard because a lot of these people had cats that are outdoor hiking cats, and she's not. She's been an indoor cat her whole life. I live in Tucson, and there are coyotes and bobcats and birds of prey that I don't trust her outside with because she would get gobbled up. And I didn't want to put her into a small space where she would be kind of confined, where these other cats get to go out on hikes and everything. But she's getting to be kind of an old lady, so honestly, she's a homebody, and she does just fine chilling in the bus and looking out the windows. Starting strong when you first walk into the bus, her water bowl is on a pretty thick towel just because it spills a lot while driving, but I never wanted to take away her option of water even in the middle of the road, so I just go ahead and deal with the mess, and most of the time it does not leave the towel. If it does, I just wipe it up because I would rather her constantly have water than have to refill it every single time we stop in case she gets thirsty while we're on the road. Hello. Yes, next part of the tour, please show us. Okay, right now she's showing us, this is her cat carrier. She loves this thing mostly because I kind of like Pavloved her into loving it. I started feeding her only in her cat carrier, so she got used to liking it. And now she actually hops in here on command when I'm taking her out to the bus. This is a dog bed that I bought for her, and I actually have a picture of her curled up on it looking like a little shrimp. I'll try to insert that right here. She is so funny, but yeah, she's spoiled. She has this entire bed. She loves it. Super soft and fluffy. She doesn't use it that much in the summer, but I like to keep it out for her just in case. This whole bench used to be where my snake terrarium was. His heat lamp takes up a lot of electricity and it just wasn't really working. This bench is now kind of Cassie's like extra lounge space. She really does love looking out the window, even though right now we only have a view of my parents' fence. She loves having the light, and she gets very curious whenever we change locations. Right underneath my bed is her little cave area, and really it's just storage in her litter box. It's in a spot where it's easy for her to get to, and when she tracks litter out of the box, because it's pushed back so far, usually it doesn't end up too much on the floor, so I'm not stepping on it. Okay, next up, here's my bed, and I read online that cats like to sleep above their owners' heads, so I went ahead and got her a smaller cat bed that sits above the shelf that's on top of my sleeping space, and she uses this every single night. So she looks super cute curled up in there, and sometimes her paw sticks over the edge, so when I'm sleeping and I look up, I can just see her little paw above my head. But she loves that bed. She does sometimes use me as a springboard to get up and down, which is a little bit less fun. Whenever there's multiple people on this bed, she doesn't feel like she's being shoved into a corner. She has her own space to go. I do take these down whenever we're traveling during the day because Cassie likes to look out the windows. My bed is also right below the skylight. So during the winter, there's a little patch of sun that hits the bed during the middle of the day, and she loves curling up on it, which is also super cute. Getting more into the technical parts of having a cat in the bus, this is my AC unit, and to be honest, I don't know if I would have gotten this AC unit if it wasn't for my cat. I can deal with the heat, I can crack open a window, I can turn on the ceiling fan, but having an animal in the bus just made me really aware of the temperature in here. So having a family that lives in Tucson where it gets to be like 110 degrees in the summer, I wanted to make sure that no matter what, I had an option to keep the bus cool for her. So the AC takes up a lot. Why are you sitting like that? Do you mind? Yeah, she's doing her business right now. So the AC does take up a lot of power, but my bus can connect to an outside power source with an extension cord. So as long as I'm paying for a campsite or I'm in the backyard of somebody I know, aka like my parents or another family member, I can plug my bus into any outdoor extension and I can power my AC unit, which is pretty awesome. All right, another thing that I had installed was this cat door right above my mini fridge, and this is because I wanted her to have like a kennel place, safe space for her to go that I could lock her into to make sure that she is safe if I have doors open, if anyone is inside the bus moving in and out, like a safe space for her to go, big enough for me to put her food and water down where she could stay. I did end up using it once and locked her in with water and food and one of my sweatshirts, and she did fine, but she just doesn't actively seek out this as a safe space. So I decided to use this for storage instead, and I still have the cat door installed so that if I do have to lock her in there, I can, but for now it is just storage. All right, and then some things that she does that I did not prepare for. Whenever I'm driving, she hides in these bins. No idea why. I think at first she did it because she was freaked out, and now it's just kind of a habit. So this is where she drives. It's kind of nice because it's close to the front, so I can check on her easily when I'm stopping for gas. It's right next to my driver's seat. This is the curtain for my closet, and if I'm not sure where she is, this will be one of the first places I look. She does tend to like to curl up in my pajama bins to go to sleep sometimes. She has honestly done such a great job adjusting to bus life so far. Where are you going? Oh, okay. What do you see? I haven't really had any issues. I think one problem that I had was she kept trying to sneak into the garage area, and there's just too many things that could wiggle around that could fall on her if she were to unbalance something. So I had to chase her out like twice, and now I just have to do a really good job of making sure that she can't get back there. Oh, I think she's stalking a lizard. That tail is going. A couple other things is I store her food up here in this basket, and I store her extra litter down in her little cave next to her litter box. I know you're not supposed to keep their litter box and food separate or water, so they're all in different places across the whole bus. And she seems to do really well. I haven't had any issues with her food and her eating. She stays super hydrated, and she's never had an accident anywhere outside of her litter box. So I feel like I've been really lucky. I know it takes a lot of people quite an adjustment period to get their pets used to living on the road with them, but Cassie's been doing really, really amazing, and I, for one, am very glad I decided to take her with me. Anyway, I think that's all for today. Isn't she just the prettiest thing? Oh, she said bye. We're about to leave on this camping trip, and I'm super, super excited, and I will see you then. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.